Is anyone there? Please.
잠시 후 도착것은
I've lived in Seoul for quite some time, and the one thing I've noticed is that there's no cemetery parks anywhere to be seen in the city. Which is a culture shock for me because living in the West, it was a place that you didn't have to travel far to see. There was a harmony amongst the dead and the living. So I've been told that in Korea, the general image of cemetery parks is a very negative one, and it's something that the people here don't want to see. Just out of curiosity, what is your honest feeling about going to a cemetery?
It's depressing.
This is Sian Park. It was designed by Korea's most influential architect, Sin Hyo-sang. His goal designing this park was to change the people's negative view on cemetery parks. He wanted for the people to come here and feel at peace. And it all starts here at the entrance of Chonei Baran, which was inspired from an American poem, Do Not Stand at My Grave and Weep. During the summertime, this area is filled with water, and I'm sure it's quite beautiful. But the interesting part that this bridge that we are walking on symbolizes our journey into the afterlife. The moment we entered, I was honestly quite surprised. Not only have I ever seen a place like this, but for a moment I forgot I was even there. It felt very different, and this was honestly a first for me. For a place that was designed for the dead to rest, it sure had a lot of beautiful life in it. My lady asked me a really interesting question. She said, I wonder what people talk about when they come here. Honestly, I didn't have the answer, but I can tell you what we talked about. It was death. But no one was depressed or upset by it. We welcomed it. We actually ended up laughing about who would get each other's belongings if we were to pass away.
If he dies,
Yeah.
he's gonna give the gold button to me.
Yeah, sure.
You don't need money?
No.
Why do you like money?
If he's die, like money doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh.
Whenever I die, I want you to bring a little piece of me here.
Why?
Because it's peaceful, and I don't want you to be sad whenever you come visit me. I want you to be relaxed and happy.
What if I die earlier than you?
And I'll bring you here too. I'll come visit you every weekend. Even though we talked about such serious topics, it felt like the thousand winds took our worries away, and we knew that everything was going to be okay. As we traveled up the mountain, I began to grow a little curious of the culture of burial in Korea. What I learned is that in the past, only royalty could afford to be buried on top of a mountain. But now, anyone can do it. Times have changed. The significance of this is that if the family is buried at a good place, it will look over the future generations and will also be able to rest on beautiful grounds where they can watch the sunrise together. I thought this was very romantic, and it changed my mind about something. I always thought I would spread my ashes somewhere breathtaking, and I wouldn't leave any part of me behind. But after coming here and being on top of this mountain and seeing these spectacular resting places, I think I would like to leave a little piece of myself somewhere like here, so I can look over my future family. The honest and genuine feeling that I had is that I felt this burning desire to have a happy life, to be successful, to have a big, beautiful family, to live well. And I've never experienced this before my entire life. I felt that being alive is such a beautiful moment and that I shouldn't take it for granted. Especially nowadays, being so caught up in the daily stresses of life, we forget how to actually live. I know I do. That's why I didn't want to forget this feeling that I had. And I decided to write a letter for myself. Dear Art, how are you really these days? If the answer is not well, then it's okay. Breathe. I want you to remember the feeling that you had back at Shion Park. The burning desire to live well, and that life is worth living. And that your stress and worries will be taken away by 1,000 winds. Don't ever give up, because I believe in you. Remember to love those around you, because nothing is more important than friends and family, so cherish them truly. If times are tough, then it's okay. It will pass. And don't forget to love yourself. Last thing. Call your mother. She's always waiting for you to call. Last thing. This was actually a sponsored video. The park asked me to make a video about this place because they really respected my vision and the way I think. The only thing they asked of me was to show people that this place existed. They didn't want anything else. And everything I said in this video I meant. It came from true feelings, true emotions, and true thought. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to make this video. And to the rest of you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, Mai. Привет. Yeah, I miss you too. Yeah, I'm doing fine.